Cop that. Cop that. Welcome, everybody, to the Round 22 fan cams. After the D's pinch it
The Round 22 fan cam.
from the death. 11 goals, 13.79 to Carlton, 10 goals, 14.74. Finals was in our hands. It was right there. It was right there. That's a bitter one. That's a tough one to cop. But it's written in the stars, isn't it? It had to be next week. Has to be next week. Welcome for those tuning in. If you want to come on and unpack that, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to put the link in the comments now. We'll talk about it. Go from there. Let's get this show started. Fucking Pommel.
All right. Usually I've got some witty anecdote. I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left. What, Terry? Just tell me, when is it going to end, Terry?
I know we had it, mate.
When is it going to end? It's like I'm in. You know that fucking movie Groundhog Day. It's like I'm in that, and it just will not end. It's just a perpetual motion of disappointment.
Never been that close to finals in a long time. And you know what I've got in my head? The kick backwards to Saad that fell short. I don't even know who kicked it. It's replaying over and over and over in my head.
I mean, you play silly games, you play stupid prizes. That 4-on-1 on the wing.
Oh,
Marchbank, Young, and McGovern, they just ran into each other. That was happening all game as well. And for it to come at the end, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, we shouldn't be in this position. Should have been sewn up way before now. But fuck me. I mean, you know what makes it worse? 5 minutes to go, I got tagged in a post from Swoop Luke saying, "I'm so happy for you guys." Honestly, I mean, the worst I've ever felt is when Rangers got relegated 3 divisions for cheating the financial system. I knew there was a way back. Honestly, I feel so empty, man. Usually I'm Uncle Pom here. I feel like my soul has been ripped out of me.
Mate, it's written in the stars. It had to be next week against Collingwood. It's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that I can make sense of right now. The crowd and the energy tonight when Charlie kicked the goal, might have been a couple of minutes left. And then, I think I speak on behalf of most that I think we all believe that was it. We did it. We had done it. The boys cracked in all night, up against it all night in that midfield. Certainly proud of the way they went about it, but at the end of the day, it comes down to executing. And we saw what happened in that last minute on the wing. Harry takes a mark, goes backwards, and we just fumbled the bag, mate. There's no other way to put it.
Mate, we asked the boys to respond, and let's be honest, it wasn't pretty. But Voss said at the start of the week he wanted to bring back that earlier season form, intensity and stuff. And I said it in my preview. Do you know what I mean? They bleed the same blood, they breathe the same air as you. Take it away, make it tough, and we made it tough. But I mean, that last 2 minutes, that fucking stings, man. We were talking about 8 quarters to finals, 4 quarters this game. Do you know what I mean? To do three quarters and 95%, and that 5%, man. I can't imagine what them players are feeling, because I mean, if Dante's 7 versions of hell are true, I'm at level 9. And it's just replays of Carlton. Replays of Carlton. That next week, innit? I mean, we've got to find us up. But
that's all it is. I think it's going to sound really weird, but it just made sense. It's a bit of heartbreak. It's a lot of heartbreak. It's a situation that this group have not been in with the gravity of what's at stake. They have not been in that situation, and there's no way they don't come out next week fully switched on, every possession, every moment.
Mate, next week they go out at halftime. Do you know what I mean? It'll be halftime at the Doggies game, so they'll have a good inclination of what's required. You know what I mean? I look at it the other way. I'm not being negative, but I look at it the other way. If this was us and them, and you knew all that Doggies had to do was win, and we had to beat Magpies to knock them out of the 8, you don't have much more pressure. The pressure they felt tonight in this game is nothing to next week.
True.
Is nothing to next week, because next week, if this is a 10 in their mental case, next week this is a 2, man. Like, that has ripped the core out of me and the fan base, man. Like, honestly, like, it's not often I come out of this office at a game and my wife just gives me a hug and says nothing. Usually she has a bit of a chuckle if we lose because she knows it winds me up, but tonight she was feeling it with us.
Amen.
Terry, when's it going to stop, man? I honestly, it feels like I'm in some kind of fucking world where we just experience pain.
I know. It's constant. And it really, to be honest, you know, as we embark further and further down the journey to a premiership and playing finals footy and all of that, like, it's just going to keep happening. Like, there's just more heartbreak coming. It's just part of the story.
Great. Awesome. Thanks, Terry. Thanks for making me feel better. Oh, hey, fuck me. Hey, honestly, I mean, the only positive I've got is the boys dug in. They found a backbone. They found a spine.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? They found a spine tonight. And honestly, they had the execution. I mean, some of them kicking skills and the running past the ball was almost Christopher Reeve-esque at times. But, I mean, they found something. There was a bit of a heart there. Do you know what I mean? There's a heartbeat, isn't there? There's a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it feels shit. I mean, I think what kills me the most is we're in a position that we shouldn't be in.
Correct.
But we should be having our feet up now, like this. And we're not. And next week, I mean, I implore everyone, have a cry. Feel horrible. Don't do anything stupid. I've had a few people message me this afternoon with some stupid things after the game. I know it hurts, man. But honestly, everyone loves you. No matter how bad you feel, I mean, trust me, sport is the least of your worries if you're going to do anything stupid tonight. So reach out. I'll try and be a support network for you. But honestly, I'm at death's door. Do you know what I mean? I'm at death's door myself. So, but honestly, just stick fat. And honestly, next week, we're going to have to cheer these boys home. Cheer these boys fucking home, man.
Yeah, we've got one more crack at it. You know, yes. Where was this intensity the last 2 weeks? Yes, all true. Yes, we should be in the 8 already. Yes, all of it. Yes, shouldn't have lost to fucking St Kilda. Yes, but at the end of the day, as soon as the ball bounces next week, doesn't matter. You've got to win.
4 weeks, mate. 4 quarters. 4
quarters.
Fucking quarters to take what you fucking deserve.
Yep.
No side in the fucking league deserves to be in the 8 as much as Carlton do after these last 7 years. No one does. Fuck your Pies. Fuck your Demons and their fucking 250-year. Fuck all. St Kilda's fucking streak. We fucking deserve it, man. So honestly, everyone, get it out of your systems. And then Monday morning, honestly, I want to see everyone in fucking Swoop Luke's DMs. Everyone. Every man and his dog. Because we go to war next week.
We do. It's going to cop it on the chin this week. We can handle it. It's great. Got all the Melbourne supporters tweeting at me tonight. It's awesome. Free exposure.
Out, mate,
it's great, mate. Keep retweeting me.
Mate, all them dickheads who have fucking put 20 gig of fucking RAM so they can play fucking Minecraft on fucking HD come out and play now, shouting, Mum, get me the Hot Pockets. Carlton have lost. I want to get into Pommy's DMs. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, fuck them. But honestly, next week, ladies and gentlemen, fucking, look, feel the pain. But I need you all on the watch along next week. Need you all, because it's going to be fucking hell on earth. We go to war next week. We go to war. You know what I mean? We defend from England tyranny next week. This is fucking, we're behind fucking Robert Burns. We're on that fucking wall. We draw swords and we fucking go down fighting. But
Love
fuck
it.
football. What a stupid sport. Whichever clown invented this needs a fucking slap.
Tell me about it. Mate, I didn't watch the watch along, but I'm sure you were sensational. And thanks very much for everything you do.
Mate, my pleasure. Thank you to everyone that keeps me supported. I fucking love you all, honestly. Harry Krishna, and I'll see you next week, bright and early, against the Pies. I'm not looking forward to my DMs, though, this week. I tell you, it's going to be a fucking dark place, my DMs this week.
We'll look forward, mate. We're at war. Starts tomorrow. So get a good sleep and we'll chat soon.
Mate, we go again. Much love.
Uga, thank you very much for the $80. Feeling flat. Great effort by most. It was a great effort by most. Very well. Very well said. Sayaf.
Hey, man.
How was that?
Fuck, man. What are they doing to us, bro? Broken, yeah, but proud. Can't question that for tonight.
Of course, mate. Took the D's to their absolute limit tonight.
Man, 2 minutes, bro. 2 fucking minutes, man. They didn't deserve that win. I don't care what anyone says, man. We deserve that, man.
Malcolm outmarking 3 Carlton players. Unbelievable scenes, bro.
Unbelievable, bro. No, it's not even that, bro. After that 4-and-1 in the wing, I was talking about it. Who kicked that ball to Saad? Someone tell us in the comments, man. Who kicked that?
I think it might have been Jack Noons who kicked it. Not that it's his fault and there's all that, but just it got to know. You know what it is? It just goes to show they have no idea what to do in the situation when it all comes to the end of it. They just panicked and they weren't able to keep their composure just for a moment. That's all you need.
Yeah, I don't care who it is actually, bro. Like even whoever it was, if they just hit him, would have 15 seconds, bro, and they could have found someone. Just put him under pressure. You had to kick it down the line and fucked everything, man. Can't believe it.
Mate, it has to be the Pies next week. It has to be.
Fuck them, bro. I can't, bro. Fuck them. We're gonna beat them. I don't care.
I'm not worried about it.
No, not at all. Like we're saying that now in the lead up to it, man. I'll be like you know, it's like a fight, man. It's like a war, man. Honestly, it's gonna be hectic, man. 2 weeks, bro. But like I said, 4 quarters, man, of pure effort. I'm proud of them. But we should have won that game, man. Should have won.
It's a harsh lesson. It's a harsh lesson you've got to cop, and hopefully they're just completely broken by it like we are, which they will be, and hopefully it gives them the the motivation all week to lock in, and really it's every possession and every contest for the next 4 quarters. That's it. There's no more fucking around.
That's it, man. Man. Like I think in your preview, Kados said it. Doesn't matter if it's 4 goals or 4 minutes left. Like it just changes so quickly. Like I think it was 1 minute and 1 minute 58 left, and we were up by like 8 points or whatever it was. Well, I haven't checked. I haven't watched the replay properly. Did you see that end that before they went into forward 50, like that hold on Motlop? Was it a hold or not? In the middle of the ground, if you know what I'm talking. I think it was May on Motlop, right before they went into forward 50, and Cozzy kicked it.
It's just tough. There were so many questionable calls tonight. I mean, not to blame the umpires for the loss, but fuck me, both ways. They call some absolute shockers tonight.
Well, you know it's bad when neutrals in the comments are going umpires versus Carlton. So,
I know.
How do you feel though? You like? I think you're handling a bit better than most.
Well, to be honest with you, can't knock the effort for starters. And then deep down, like you just got to laugh. Honestly, it's written in the fucking stars. It has to be against Collingwood next week. It's the way, whether we like it or not, it just makes so much sense. We have to do it the hard way. We can't do it the comfortable way. And we've got to do it. Mate, next week, I've got shivers thinking about it already. I'm ready.
Bro,
I'm willing to.
If they lose tomorrow, they play for top 4. We play for top 8. It's all it is. I don't care about Bulldogs and if they win or they lose or Richmond, man. Like, it's in our hands, man. We got to win. We got to win this game, lock in our final spot, as hard as tonight was. Bro, but realistically, we kept up with them all game. We were never out of the game. It was goal for goal. We were with them. We handled the pressure. The backline stepped up the whole game. It was just the last 2 minutes that killed us. Whole game, no matter what, they were just like, I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
I was with Rocco. I was sitting next to Rocco. He's gone, man. He looked like he's done. It was tough, man. It was a tough pill to swallow tonight.
100%. We've got to regroup. We've got potentially one more game for the year. That's the reality. It's
not.
It's do or die.
We're winning next week.
We are winning.
I don't care. Don't talk about one game, bro. We're winning next week. I don't care. Because if we don't win next week, I don't know. That's it. We're winning next week. I don't care.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to all of it. I'm looking forward to every single one of these little betas coming at me online. Every single last one of you. Come and get the smoke. I want all of it. Don't be shy. Come and send me a fucking message. I can handle it. Come and get it.
Who'd you like tonight, bro? Who'd you like?
I'll tell you who I loved. Cottrell, Setterfield, Stocker, Lewis Young, Cripps, Harry.
Harry, look, I've bashed in the past 2 weeks. Because he's been absolute shit, but he stepped up when it mattered tonight, and he's played his role and more. He was good. Stocker was good. They were all good. Young was good, man. But next week, that's all it comes down to. That's all we've got. Doesn't matter. You can do it. You can talk about this game as much as you want and cry about it. It won't change shit. It's next week or nothing now.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's fucking kill him. Show up next week.
I can't wait.
45K at the G.
Can't wait. You get home safely.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I'll speak to you soon.
No problem, bro. See you later.
Bro. I'm going to put the link in the comments again for anybody that wants to jump in. Dean.
Oh. Hey, Terry. That was a roller coaster for last quarter, wasn't it, mate?
It was a bit on, wasn't there?
Yeah, well, I'm going to be a bit debatable and take the half glass full approach because I'm nothing but proud for that today. That's all I wanted. I just wanted 4 quarters of fucking pressure football, and that's what I got. And look, to be honest, that's, in my opinion, that's a 95% Melbourne side. And look, I know we've got injuries. We've got Hewitt, Kennedy, and who else was out? Hewitt, Kennedy, and Chera was obviously out, but that was amazing. And the last 10 seconds, it hurts with the backwards kick to Saar that didn't even make the distance, and the 4-on-1 with Malcolm. Of course, this is the game where we let Malcolm, who's done nothing all year, kick 4 goals and make him look like Wayne Carey, but that doesn't matter. Umpiring was pretty bad, but you can't do anything about that. But we got to get used to these type of games because that's what finals is going to look like. That has finals written it all over it. And to be honest, that's the Collingwood-Melbourne game. That was bullshit fraud finals games because that was relentless pressure tonight. We kick a goal, there, kick a goal. That was relentless pressure. And I think that obviously we choked heavily in that last 2 minutes. Like, kicking it back when I think it was who marked it. Was it Charlie? He marked it near the wing or something. All we had to do, I think it was 40 seconds left, just kick the ball into a pack, forward, kill the ball, we win. That's all we have to do. But the players that I'm happy with everybody, but especially Cottrell, like you said, I think Setterfield is my best on ground for me. I know players might have played better, but he made Oliver look like a clown. And that's what you and Paolo and Pommy have been saying. He's a midfielder. He's not a winger. He's not a half forward. He's a fucking midfielder, and he proved it tonight. I'm happy. And Doc going in the middle, what a fucking move that was. I saw them at halftime. I saw Hamill changing it, and I'm just happy that the boys cared because in the last 2 weeks we haven't seen them go with that aggression, bully type game style, and we saw it tonight. And if we're being honest, Melbourne are a better side than Collingwood. If we're going on full strength, they'll thump them, yeah. If we bring that next week, I want every single Carlton fan and every single fucking Collingwood supporters DMs next week if we beat them. I want fucking hell, mate. I want everything. Bring it. Like what you said, bring it. Next week is war, and we got to make these clowns, mate, we better hurt them because next week But as what Sayaf said, if they lose tomorrow, they'll be playing for top 4 and we'll be playing for top 8. And early in the year, we probably thought that's what round 23 is going to look like, but opposite. We would have win for top 4 and they would be top 8. But, mate, I'm excited. And I hope that we take this as fuel and not go back into our shells and not show up next week, because we've got to use this as fuel. Because if we can bring it up to the reigning premiers and it takes them to the last 10 seconds with all the midfield issues and everything that's going on, then next week we should have a big chance. And I don't know if it might be just me, but do you think there's something wrong with Wiedering? Do you think
Just
there might
a little bit off. He's just a little bit not fully sharp. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
You can't blame him, because it was kind of like that early in the year that he had that Sydney game against Buddy where he finally broke out and we're like, oh, here we go, he's back. And then he fucks his shoulder the next week. So you can't really blame the bloke, but I'm just happy with – I think our fringe players played good tonight. I think everybody played their role, maybe except Wiedering, but you can't blame the poor bloke. I just hope we don't let that happen again, because one Pickett kicked that goal, there's about 10 million things running through your mind. And you're like, it's like you're just thinking of the Collingwood game all over again. But thank you for everything you do, all you and Pommy. I haven't seen the watch along, but I'm praying for Pommy. I feel so bad. You could see it in his face. He looked shattered. But I hope everybody takes it as the glass half full approach, and we have to forget about it. We just have to. We have to move on, because if we dwell too much on this game, next week we come around and we're not going to be prepared. Yeah. We have to shift. This game's over. No umpiring decision. Motlop was held. It's over. We lost by 5 points. 10 seconds to go. Focus is on next week. And next week, I want to see this. This is what we've been crying out for 2 weeks, and this is exactly what the bullying pressure that we've done when we were 8-2, and we got it back tonight. So I hope the boys go like, okay, reigning premiers, we can bring it up to them. Why can't we do it to Collingwood? And I want this next week. And I'm telling you, if we win, watch out. The Twitter's going to explode. When we win. Yeah, you're right. When we win. We're fucking winning, mate. I don't care. We're winning. Next week's going to be it's going to be a party here, mate. As you said, it's destiny in its own hands. It had to be Collingwood. It had to be. But, mate, I'll let you talk to other people, but try to hope everybody doesn't take this to heart. Just prepare for next week and fucking bring it, Collingwood. Fucking bring it.
Love it. Thanks. Good stuff, mate. Cheers.
See you, mate.
Roberto.
Terry, we'd shattered here. But look, that was a magnificent response. I feel like we're back to, pre-buy sort of form. The pressure was there. Unfortunately, I called it too early. I was desperate for the win tonight. I was hiding in the we're in Adelaide, obviously. So I was hiding in the front bedroom from the rest of the family. 2 minutes to go, and Charlie's kicked the goal. I went to the drawer to put the Guernsey on. I checked the score. I got the first goal, the Melksham goal. Then I went outside with the iPhone. I literally watched the seconds count down, and it gets to 13 or 12 seconds and it stops. And like, what's going on? And I hit KO, and my world just fell apart. And this little man, it was his birthday yesterday, and he shattered.
Well, happy birthday and welcome to the Carlton Football Club.
This is Antonio.
Hey, Antonio.
But we were 11 seconds from the promised land. Look, this team, when you take into account the injuries and the games lost through injuries, and I think we're second on the ladder for that. This team's that's probably the third best effort since 2001. So if you look at 2009, we win 13 games. We bow out in the first week. 2010, I think we won 11 games. 2010, 11 games. 2011 was 14 and a half. So this team is right up there. We just have to, next week is just a huge opportunity, and we have to take it. We just have to take it. Whether or not Collingwood wins tomorrow, we have to take this opportunity.
Yeah, it's 100% in our hands. It's been in our hands for a month. We are going to have had 4 games to win 1, and now
Yeah.
it's come down to one more game.
Yeah, I actually think the Bulldogs getting over the line wasn't a bad thing. So I think we might have relaxed had we got it the easy way. It forced us to do it the hard way.
Yep.
And look, it was just good to see Setters step into the centre square. I thought he did really, really well tonight. That's the best I think we've seen him play for a couple of years. And to see Jack Martin, the Jack Martin that we probably haven't seen since round 1 2020 was fantastic as well. I know the club sort of says, well, look, they want to sort of have him play a dual role. One is, obviously as a small, medium forward, but also just pinch hitting where the hard ball needs to be won, and he showed that he can do it. And I think there were more good minutes for Jack than mediocre minutes. So it was just fantastic to see.
100%. I mean, he really did lift, especially in the second half. Hit the scoreboard like he needed to, cracked in hard in those contests, and I can't wait for next week. Like, I'm obviously shattered, but like, I just can't wait for next week when that ball bounces and that atmosphere, because it's a final already. It's a final.
Exactly. And that's what tonight was. And if you look at the statistics, and I think the boys on one of the podcasts, there's 2 main podcasts of Navy Blue. Is it Navy Blue Corner? The other
Navy
one?
Blue Corner?
Yeah, they put a stat out. I went for a run today and I had to listen to their to their podcast from the week, and it was a stat of when we win the clearances. I think if we win, look, it was something like we're 9-1, and unfortunately, we're up by 3 tonight, and we still went down. So I was watching that all night, and as we crept in front, I thought, hey, we're a chance here. And when Charlie got the goal, I was convinced we'd get home. But look, it's just a little bit of composure there in the end. I think we lose it when there's a minute on the clock and that ball hits the ground. That's where I felt we lost it.
A harsh lesson. Harsh lesson
Very
indeed.
harsh lesson. But we live to fight another day, don't we?
That's right. No, spot on. Thanks so much for joining. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks, Terry. Go to Blues.
See ya.
See you guys. See you, Antonio. Have a happy birthday, mate.
Thank you.
All right. The waiting room is full. I'm getting the notification that people are trying to join. So let's get through a couple more. Jamison.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, mate.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, mate, I haven't slept. I've been up since 5:30. I'm over in New Jersey at the moment. So,
Wow.
Yeah, I'm up every morning. I've been spending the summer over here, but I live in LA and I've been over in the US for the last 15 years. But never miss a game. Usually it's like 2 o'clock in the morning in LA, but over on the East Coast, at least I get a little bit more sleep. But yeah, I mean, I thought my heart was going to explode there in the last couple of minutes. I could feel it pumping hard. And it's kind of something you kind of see often with Carlton. They just when you think they've got it, they just do something silly, or they just give away so many silly goals, goals that you'd expect to get rushed through the goals, but they just seem to find a way to get a goal. And as devastating as it is, and it was, like a lot of the other callers have said, I think next week is the week, and I think that this is the game that we needed, not only to make up for the last 2 weeks of really poor performances, but just get that kind of finals experience, because it was a finals game and finals pressure. So they just get pipped there at the last second. I think the boys should go into next week feeling really confident. I think Cripper obviously getting back in the side was a huge boost psychologically as well. And I was really, really happy to see our backline stand up. And I think a player that hasn't been mentioned too often is McGovern. I've been really happy with his form. I thought he stood up today. I thought Young was awesome. Great to see Stocker get some form. Truthfully, I think we are, and I've been saying it for a very, very long time, I think we are a better team in defence without Plowman. I just think that we looked like a proper solid defence tonight, which was great to see. I thought JSOS in the ruck, Pitto seemed to be struggling when he went into the middle. He out tapped Gawn a number of times there, and that was great to see. Setterfield we've spoken about. And I think our small forwards, I think we've been asking for a lot of our small forwards. And I thought that even though there was a couple of blunders that Owies and Durden stood up as well. It was just a 4-quarter all-team performance. A little bit disappointed with Motlop and Noons. I think they were probably the only two players that just didn't seem to, have any impact on the game whatsoever. I'm pretty proud, and I don't know if it's if you would call it an honourable loss. I don't like to use that term too often, but I feel like this was one of those. And the season is in our hands next week, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, well said. I mean, I think for me, if we were ever going to lose that game tonight, I guess that you want to make sure you've taken the D's all the way to the brink. I think we did that. Still can't help but think of the last two or three contests, and there's so many others throughout the game in the first, second, and third quarters that probably cost us as well. But when it's tight, you really just focus in on those last few. So hopefully we can, learn from them, feel the pain of it, and let the pain be used as a focus point for the week, and roll up next Sunday and just get the job done against those maggots. Absolute maggots, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you couldn't have written a better script as well. To come up against the reigning premiers, a late change with Chera, injuries that obviously have been spoken a lot about, and responding the way we did after the last 2 weeks and playing a lot better like we were in the first half of the season. I think that's the positives that we all should take out of this game, and we should all be really excited for next week.
Yeah, no, well said. Appreciate you joining us, mate.
Thanks for having me, mate.
See ya.
See you later.
Yusuf.
Mate, devastated.
Absolutely devastated, mate.
The better team lost. I can't believe it.
How did you feel when Charlie kicked that goal? Did you think we were through and that was it?
Well, I thought inside we were through, but I just know that with footy, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, the moment when there's like a minute to go and I see Mackay mark the ball down the line, and I think he kicked it back to Owies, I'm thinking, just keep things off. And then as soon as I see the kick to Saad not right, I'm like, yeah. And then Melksham marking 4-on-1 in the goal square, and it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Are you confident that they'll be able to not let this damage them mentally? And do you have confidence that they'll be able to respond from it next week?
I am, but you look at them walking off the ground, Walsh, so they're all devastated. I don't know, I hope they'll be able to recover from this, but they're going to be able to give, everything mentally again. That would take a lot out of them, but yeah, really annoying. Really annoying.
Yeah, it was. What do you do?
Really frustrating because there were so many positives tonight. There were so many good things to talk about. Doherty as a midfielder, honestly, keep him there next week. He was unbelievable there. Setterfield was unbelievable. Who else? Cripps was unbelievable. Mackay unbelievable. Durden was brilliant. Jack Martin. I mean, so many positives, and yet you get a loss from that. It's I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I feel you. But we'll lick our wounds, go again. Appreciate you coming on, mate.
Thanks, mate. See you later.
See ya. Jad?
Hey, mate, can you just get me through on the next one? I'm just parking the car.
Sure. Josh.
Man, I can't believe that. I thought Charlie, I actually thought when Charlie kicked that, I looked at the ground and like, I was like, we've made finals. I think this is going to be the one. And of course, we managed to lose it. But look, there was a lot of positives, as everyone has said. Like, we can take it out. One thing, I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticed this. We need, out of defense, we need to just stop bombing it. Like, I've noticed that for the last 3 weeks, we just bomb it out from the square, and we all straight to a contest, and then 50-50, whereas we should be going slowly up the ground and maintaining possession. I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticed that, but yeah. My voice is a little bit gone. Apologies.
Yeah, I'm a little bit the same. I'm very much happy to listen tonight. My voice is gone. I remember Charlie kicking the goal. I was on level 1. I remember looking up, and then I see people on level 2 hanging over, celebrating. Like it was there. It was in our hands. We had made finals. Oh my god, that's what makes this game so great. Honestly, it's what makes
crazy. It's a roller coaster, really. And you know what? I just hope it's not one of those situations, because I read about the 2011 grand final, the draw in St Kilda, where they had all the emotion taken out of them because they gave their heart out in the grand final. Obviously, this isn't a grand final, but they played with some real heart tonight, and I just hope they don't feel drained after today. I really hope that they can just come back and respond. And I think maybe having it against Collingwood may be a good thing, because there's also that to play for. And not only finals, but we don't want to lose to Collingwood twice in a season. But that's just my thoughts. And I don't think anyone really had a bad game. It was great to see Jack Martin, slot 3 goals. Bit unsure about Harry at times. His kicking needs to be a bit better. But you know what? It is what it is. If we don't make finals, it's a great, I want us to make finals, but if we don't, it's a great experience to nearly taste it. Hopefully they'll just be a little bit more hungrier next year. And also, injuries have just killed our season.
Not yet. One more game.
One more game.
Good on you, Josh.
Thanks, Terry. Have a good one.
You too, brother. Jad.
Hey, mate.
How was that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You there? Hello? We'll get you back. Helena.
Hi.
Oh my God, hello.
It's been a while. Unfortunately, the first time I'm on is after a loss this year, but how crazy was that?
That was unbelievable.
I was just watching the last 2 minutes again there, because as painful as it was all a blur. My heart was beating so fast the entire time. Couldn't be prouder, to be honest, despite that. The last 2 weeks, all we've asked for is heart, effort. And with second-rate midfield, we've brought it up to reigning premiers, and I'd say dominated. Not on the scoreboard, but within the contest. I was so surprised every time we'd win a centre clearance or the stoppages, the pressure, they could not hold the ball for much longer, the other team, the D's, unfortunately. But I thought if we kicked another sealer, and then the review killed us. The scenes when that went off, I was heartbreak, really. But what do you do?
What do you do? I know. The reviews there were so many of them tonight, the reviews. I tell you what, the boys watching that last 2 minutes when they do their review this week, it's going to be a few guys that are just head in hands type stuff. Yep. Yeah, there was some just bonehead decisions late. Oh God, but it's so tough. They're under immense pressure.
It's
a lot of them don't really know what it's like to play in a game of that significance. So for us as fans, we just got to sit here and watch them learn the lesson, hopefully,
Yeah, and we've been saying it all year. Unfortunately, it's just part of the process. It's never linear. But it hurts to be that close. I was having the fantasies in my head. I'm like, we've made it. We're here. You're envisioning the scenes that are about to go off, and then 40 seconds later, Cozzy Pickett right in front of me is taking it all away. But yeah, really proud of the effort. Like, unreal, to be honest. I don't think we did heaps wrong. Couple rushed kicks, which was frustrating, and a few missed marks, but comes up to the Pies next week. You couldn't ask for
100%. You're going to be there?
100%.
Yeah.
The household is intense at the moment. 2 Carlton, 2 Collingwood. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, it seems, but yeah, we'll all be there next week.
We will. Thanks, Helena.
No worries.
See ya. Kareem the Dream.
That's just, it wouldn't be Carlton without it, huh?
You can't hear you, bro. Take your hood out of your mouth. Yo.
You hear me? No.
Yep.
I just said it wouldn't be Carlton without it.
It would be.
Yeah.
What did you think? What did you put it down to?
Moments, really. Just moments. Like I was saying the whole time to my dad, we didn't lose that game. We didn't lose it to Melbourne. We lost it because of us. I truly believe that. I mean, I was on the side where Melksham won that. Like, come on, man. 3v1, and they're not like all small players. This is Lewis Young, McGovern, and Cottrell. Like, you gotta spoil that. Or get it to the boundary at least. Like, that can't be a mark. And then, like everyone's been saying, Harry marks it. Minute ago, slow it down. Fumble. It goes down the line, they kick a goal. Yeah, but I'm real proud, if I'm honest. I'm really proud of tonight. After the game, obviously I was spearing, but like I don't think anyone can really doubt the boys' effort tonight.
No.
Yeah,
no, it comes down to execution under pressure, I guess. It's
a
tough
mate.
sport.
Absolutely. You just knew when Melksham kicked that, like you just knew. I mean, you didn't know, but like you felt like if Melbourne wins this clearance, they could score. They really could score. But next week, onto next week. Let's go. Collingwood, let's get this win up to the finals, man.
100%. Still got a chance. We're going to win next week. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Those flogs ain't going to know what hit them, man.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing them. Tweet me next week. I can't wait.
Yeah, just a quick one before I let you go. How did you feel about the ins tonight?
The what? Sorry.
The ins and outs.
I loved them.
Really?
Yep.
I don't want to doubt Pitto, but I really felt the Conning could have had a big impact tonight.
I disagree. I think the reason why I disagree is because Pitto wasn't clean at times, but Pitto brought the heat around contests. Pitto threw guys around. Pitto does the things that most people don't look for. I thought they got the selection right, and then I think Setterfield coming in as the late change. I thought that was the right one, and I thought he was sensational.
When I tell you about Setters, man. When I tell you about Setters in the center square, man.
He was good.
He was good.
You put him in the midfield, and wonderful things happen. So anyway, Kareem, appreciate you, my man.
After next week, man. See you, man.
100%. See you, bro. Here he is.
Shit.
Hey, mate.
How we doing?
We're good. How are you?
Mate, been better, but, shit happens, right?
Shit does happen. That's exactly what happens.
I mean, it came down to the last fucking, excuse the language, but it came down to the last minute. But that was, mate, we brought it. We absolutely brought that shit.
We did. We brought the heat. We were up against it with the people that were out. No doubt about it. And then to lose Chera late as well. That was another one.
Yeah. And you know what? Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. That did not impact us. Look at how that did not impact us. No offense to Chera. Love Chera's game, but that did not impact us. Look how well we played without Chera.
Well, it goes to show. It goes to show the last few weeks the way we've been playing, and people, we've been talking about injuries and this and that. But
Voss brought in a great system. He brought in a great system for us, and we carry it with our team. It doesn't matter who you replace, we play that damn well. And we can play that damn well next week. It's just, it came down to the last second. The last few seconds, it was pure luck that got the D's the win. It wasn't skill. It wasn't effort, because we gave fucking effort. We absolutely gave effort in that game. And, I'm still angry. I'm still hyped up. I'm ready for next week. We are going to fucking demolish the Pies next week.
I look forward to it, mate. I really do.
Mate, I'm so excited. I'm heading over to the G. I'm in South Australia, but I'm heading over to the G. We are bringing my stepdad along. Yeah, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, fucking A. Yeah, we are absolutely we are bringing it to the Pies. Mate,
love to see it, mate.
They're going to win tomorrow. The Pies are going to win tomorrow, and we're going to wreck them next week. We're going to destroy their streak.
Mate, preach that. Look forward to it. You enjoy yourself.
No, you too, mate. Appreciate it.
See ya. Jad, let's try this again.
Hey, mate, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Go for it.
Beautiful. I'm fucking devastated. I want to cry, but I know it's not coming out. It's just like, it's just on the verge and it's just not coming. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm pissed off as well. I don't know.
You know what it is? I think it's because you're proud of the effort. That's what it is.
So I was going to bring that up. I don't know. Am I proud? No.
Are you proud of the way they went about it today?
No. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with the way they went about it, but I'm not proud of them bringing the bare fucking minimum. Sorry. That is the bare minimum of effort that's required every bloody week. I'm very pleased, but I'm not going to be proud of them in a loss, especially with so many fucking errors late. Like, how many times, mate? How many times can we play Nunes before we realise he's not made of the stuff that's required at that level that we saw today? It's not it. Always missing a 15-metre back pass. Fucking comical. So I don't mean to be a downer, but
no, mate. It's you do you. There's no right or wrong. You do you.
I just don't share this sentiment that we should be proud. Well, but actually, people can be whoever they want. I'm just telling you how I feel. And as for next week, it's going to be guaranteed that we're just going to beat Collingwood. Is that right? Like, based on what?
Absolutely.
Based on what, Tez?
Based on we're a better team.
I don't think we are a better team, mate. The way they run and spread and gut run, how clean they are with the footy, don't see it.
Clip me, quote me, record it, post it to me next week. We're beating Collingwood.
I pray you're right. I pray to God. Mate, I'll come down to where you live and I'll piggyback you. I'll carry you around like a king. We'll throw flowers on you. We'll put the dapki on. Everything, bro. We'll get the shisha. We'll get the kebabs. I don't care. We'll do it. But fuck, man, I'm so fucking devastated. And I think what hurts the most is that we were better than them. We were better than them with the outs we had as well. We were better. I don't know. It's just I can't believe the comedy of errors late, man.
I'll tell you the thing that frustrates me. Where the fuck was this in the last 2 weeks? Where's this been?
What I'm saying, bro. I
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's the frustrating part is if we bring whatever we brought tonight to Adelaide, we don't lose that game.
And it just shows you all it is. It's mental application, man. It's just a mental application, and just a sour note as well. I'm not one to blame umpiring. I'm not blaming them. They're not why we lost at all, but they're a fucking big reason for why it was so bloody difficult for us to get any sort of any momentum, any hold of the game. I saw somewhere, what is it, like 87 tackles for 1 holding the ball free kick. You fucking shitting me? We kidding ourselves? Why? Is it because Cripps got off? Is that why? Fuck me, bro. That was just fucking disgusting. And Jack Malcolm, oh, mate, this bloke has been a thorn in our side for 10 fucking years. He likes to play his best game of the season against us every bloody time. Against Essendon, he sank us with a minute to go 10 years ago. I remember that clear as day. And today he wants to take marks and hangers and look like freaking Andrew McLeod. Are you kidding me, mate? Serious? Wow.
That's tough, mate.
But there is a positive. And it's how I like how the coaches were forced to get creative today, and they met it. They met the challenge finally, and we've been begging for that. Yeah, they showed that they are not one-trick ponies.
Yeah.
Sure. Setterfield tick, Stocker tick, Cottrell tick. Jack Martin, we've got to find a way to get that out of him every week, mate. Like, Jack, if you ever watch this, mate, that has to be the bare minimum from you. Yeah. Seriously, I'm just shattered, Tez.
I feel you, mate. I am shattered. I'm shattered, but I'm very, I don't know, call me a little bit weird, but it just makes sense. It's poetic. It's poetic that next week is the week, mate. It makes so much sense.
We'll buy into the theatre of it, mate. It does, doesn't it? Hopefully they get
I can't believe you've bought into the theory that the Pies are going to be so much better than us next week. Mate, come on. We're beating the Pies next week.
Mate, it's not, we're going to beat the Pies. Like,
it is. We are going to beat the Pies next week. I promise.
Mate, I'm not going to be able to even watch the fucking game. I'm going to be sitting in my seat. I'm just going to have my head down. I don't know how I'm going to handle this. Like, we've got to wait till Sunday too, brother.
Sunday, 3:20. Are you going next week?
Yeah, I got my seat. Yeah, my member's seat. Is it a home? It's home game.
Yeah? Home game. We'll see you next week, and I'll see you in the fan cams after we've made finals.
Bro, please. If it's right, I'm telling you, coming down. I'm finding you. We're going out. Chapel.
Yeah. Bring the Nutagilla. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh, let's do it. All right, bro.
Ben.
G'day, Taz. How you going?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm all right. Pretty disappointed tonight, but couldn't be more proud. I mean, the boys kept at it, brought Melbourne to the line. I mean, couldn't be more happy.
Were you at the game?
No, I wasn't, but I was watching at home, pacing up and down the living room. I couldn't really, I don't even know. The emotions were everywhere.
Yeah. Did you, it was so strange, man. I, if I'm honest, before the game, I did not think we would win, if I'm dead honest. And then especially when I saw the Chera news, I just said to myself internally, really not confident that we're going to win, but I really want us to make sure that we can push Melbourne to the limits. And yes, we did. But once we got to that fourth, I felt like we would win the game. And I felt like it would give us a lot of confidence and a lot of freedom mentally going into the next week and finals. But Charlie kicks the goal. Everyone, I could feel it. It was amazing, and it was. I guess we're going to have to wait one more week for it. It's actually poetic that it was given to us and then ripped away from us like that. It's so cruel.
Yeah, see, I'm like an optimistic person, but like the last month of footy has just been shocking from the boys. Like I haven't been too happy with how we played. Tonight, the tackling pressure I thought was a lot better. Like how good was Jack Martin tonight? He played really well, especially with the injuries he's coming off basically every week now. I think he's played a really consistent game tonight, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I thought especially in the second half, he certainly lifted.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think the crowd had something to do with it as well. Like everyone was up and about, and it's hard when that happens because we were so close. Like I think the kick to Adam Sard at the end, I mean, should have hit the target there, and that kind of threw us off a bit. I think Setterfield was good in the middle, and I think to be honest, Charlie could have kicked a bit straighter tonight. But overall, the boys played well. The tackling pressure was on. I think we brought Melbourne to the line. Just couldn't get it done in the end.
Yeah. No. Well said. Well summarized. Thank you so much, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
See ya. Maddie,
Hey Terry.
how you feeling?
Not good. I just watching these fan cams just finished like crying. I was crying when Charlie kicked that goal because I was so happy and I was sure we were through. Then that tears started turning into heartbreak.
I know. They were gallant, but they weren't good enough.
Mhm.
And that's just the reality. And I hope that it's going to be the lesson and the kick up the arse that they need to realize. You can't mess about with form. You can't have the last fortnight that we've had. It's unacceptable. It's we've got one more chance to rectify it and get the job done. But we shouldn't be here right now. That's the truth. We shouldn't be in this situation.
No, it's like a sick feeling. Between the crying and just feeling sick about it, like
yeah. What did you think? Yeah, go.
Yeah, go. Oh,
no,
you go.
I was going to say, what did you think of the changes and the players that came in and the way that we shifted the magnets? What did you think of that?
I didn't know about the changes until about halftime. I was at work, so I'm watching on the screen at work the game and just getting that, and then halftime seeing the changes, and then coming home for the last 2 quarters.
Yeah. Fair enough, Maddie. Are you confident about next week?
No, but I mean, we have to. It's our only chance. It's all we have.
Yeah. True.
I'm thinking next week, Sunday. That day's my birthday, so it's a sign we're gonna win.
Okay. I like it. Bring all the omens. I like it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Maddie.
Thanks.
See ya. Paolo.
Tez, how are you, mate? Let's get this readjusted. There we go.
It
is, isn't it? It's as you said, mate. It's written in the stars. It was always going to be this way. It was always going to be this way. Yeah, I think for me, I think it's the gut wrenching one where like you're so close. I think the worst thing is self-inflicted wounds, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, when you've got everything in your you say you've got everything in your control, and then you let it slip the way we did. Everyone can sort of blame Owies for that short kick that he missed, but I think it's just a breakdown of moments in the last sort of couple of minutes where we buggered up. Malcolm taking that contested mark in the goal square as the shortest bloke in that contest, and then Young stuffing up late in that 3-on-1 when he didn't have to go. And then 3 or 4 blokes going up for a contested ball that Sard kicked long up the line at half forward when he received that kick off Owies, and no one staying on the floor. So it's just those moments there where you look back and you think, these boys just can't handle that type of pressure yet, unfortunately. The last minute that's the pressure cooker for you. It's like, that's 10 out of 10.
And the thing is, this is what it's going to be because we're such a big club. We're such a loud crowd. I actually, for the first time ever, heard Melbourne fans chanting. We actually got them to actually support their club. It was amazing.
I think one of the better moments of the game was when Cripps got the ball for the first time and you could hear the boos echoing, and then we sounded them out straight after it. So, we're a staunch bunch, and as much as tonight really, really hurts, I still think, I've been adamant that regardless of what happened tonight, I still think we will. I think we'll win next week, just because it's just the script, isn't it?
Poetic. It's going to make so much sense. And all these little betas in the comments and all these little betas on Twitter getting at me. Just know, I've saved these things in the memory bank, and I always have the last laugh. So
Yeah, I know.
I look
Oh,
forward. I look
yeah.
forward to them. I look forward to replying to each and every one of them next Sunday.
Yeah, I think. Look, I think the beauty about next week as well is that we're going to know what the situation is coming into the game as well. So I think we already know what the situation is, but
yeah,
it was nice to see. I think the coaches got most things right tonight as well, and kudos to them because they had to shift all the magnets around. I like Setterfield through the midfield as well, and I think that was the role that he was first recruited for at the club, and we saw him play that well. I think through 2019, 2020. And I think he might. Well, he'll hold his spot for next week, definitely.
I think so.
Yeah,
Even Doc playing through there as well.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
You know,
They had to because there was just no one else. I was furious with him in the first half. Just some of the mistakes and just the lack of composure under pressure. He's just one of the biggest culprits of it, unfortunately. But as the game wore on, he just continued to toil away and toil away and toil away and gain territory for us. But not to be, my friend. Not to be. I think even in the first half too, just some of our leaders as well, just butchering the ball. In big occasions when we're sort of going forward, when we just need a little bit of composure and needed to be clean. But what do you do? It's tough when you lose a couple of your midfielders. But I think for me, like the most frustrating thing is that where was that the last 2 weeks?
I know.
Like it's just, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what the result tonight stings me, but not as much as the last 2 weeks, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you have the chance to play that type of football against inferior opposition, and I think the most frustrating thing tonight is that if we brought that mentality and pressure and willingness and ability to hunt around the contest in the last 2 weeks, even against Adelaide, you piss in, really, don't you? And you lock away that final spot. So, as I said, though, I think it's just meant to be next week. So don't be too disheartened by it. Like I know, like I've probably been the biggest critic of us over the last 2 weeks with regards to the club rhetoric and what they've been saying regarding finals and the standards that they've set. But I think tonight I definitely saw enough to suggest that next week we're going to pencil in the win and qualify for finals. So
it's going to
as
be
much as it hurts, yeah.
There will be scenes next Sunday. I can't wait. I got blood in my eyes already. Can't wait.
I think you know what too. I think these really close losses. Look, as much as they're energy sapping, I don't think that in the moment they're horrible. But I think once you get away from it, you sort of purposely try to pick yourself back up after it, which is what I think we've lacked over the last few weeks. Because the last 2 losses have not been. They've not been stinging losses. They've just been shocking. Like they've just been really, really poor. So the form was turned around tonight, thankfully. But we're going to have to do a little bit more moving and grooving and shifting of the whiteboard. Chera should be back next week. What do you have, an adductor? Tight adductor?
Adductor, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of them that might be available. I think Newman might be available. I think Chera, Zach Williams. I mean, we'll talk about it, I guess, on Monday and go through it all. But there's some names that could be back. So I don't know what they're going to do, but yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just, mate. I'll tell you what you can do. Butter up, get the fuck on with it, and get to the G next Sunday at 3:20 p.m. Because as I said, I like what I saw tonight with regards to our ability to maintain what we did for 4 quarters, and you can back that up again. So, I'm just trying to put a smile on people's faces because I know everyone's going to be down in the dumps after this. So,
we'll be right, mate. We'll be right.
I'm telling you, next week it's on. We're going to be playing finals. Next week is the week. As you said, mate, it's written in the stars.
100%. All right, Paolo, we'll speak to you soon.
Have a good night, guys. Chin up, smile, up the Gooners. See you, mate.
See you, mate. Joey. It's poetic, mate. We don't decide the fate.
I'll tell you now, up until about half hour ago, I hadn't physically spoken after the game. That is as like numb as I think I've ever been, ever. I don't know about you, man, but that took everything out of me tonight. Everything.
Yeah, I screamed so loud tonight when Charlie kicked that goal. I thought that was it. We'd done it. We did it a
knew.
week early. We did it a
Everyone-
week early.
Everyone knew. Everyone. We were just Luca in the comments here. I was behind him, and I literally grabbed him and said, "Luca, we're playing finals." He's there. It was there. Yeah, man. It was fucking there. And then, but you know what? Yeah, it hurts like a lot. It's gonna hurt a lot tomorrow, day after maybe, but no doubt in my mind, Sunday next week, these boys are going to be so up for the fight. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Joke.
Yeah.
Like what we saw tonight, I said it to Dan after the game. I said that team we haven't seen since about round 10.
Yeah.
They showed up. And that style of football, what they produced tonight, that will win us games. That will win us finals. That type of football is what wins you flags. It's just moments, man. I've got so many moments running through my head, just moments. And that's all it comes down to. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. The good teams get it done in moments. We fell to water. We fell to water in the last 3 minutes. It was there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I can't help but feel like I don't feel like it's going to be one of those losses that they drop their heads and they're shell shocked for next week. I think if anything, a lot of them will have many moments running through their head all week at training, and I think fuck man, next week the atmosphere in that crowd.
Our home game this time.
It's crazy.
Our home game.
Yeah,
they step into our crowd. We don't step into theirs. The next week is, and you're right. Like Paolo said, you said it yourself. Written in the stars. It was always going to be this way. It just was. It just was, man. I'm sorry, but Cozzy Pickett, absolute freak. But man, when you're getting tackled, mid-tackle, you just throw your boot at the ball. There's not many times that ball goes straight through the middle of the big sticks. And for whatever reason tonight, the footy god said, nah, Carlton, you got to do it against the old enemy next week. And that's all it is. That's all it is, man. But with all that said, a lot of positives. I can't speak too negatively about this tonight. I don't think anyone can. I think we said last week on the Blue Broad show on the Monday, we said that was going to take a coaching masterclass, and it was. It was. He had Voss and the coaching staff had barely anyone at their disposal to start with. They lose Chera, and then you see Setterfield have the game he did. You see Stocker go in there and have impact. You see Doherty at centre bounces. This is what makes teams at the end of the day. You got to try these things when it's all adversity and whatnot. We're going to come out better for it. But fuck me, man. I already can't wait for Sunday. I can't wait for Sunday.
Same. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm going to belt someone.
I'm going to glass myself. I'm literally going to bottle myself.
Any kid with Collingwood face paint's in trouble. I'll say that. Just big clothesline if you hear me.
So good.
Anyway,
all right.
Like Paolo said, up the Gunners. What are we? 10 minutes away. Up the Gunners.
10 minutes away. See you, bro. Dom Pang.
Des.
Mate.
Hey, buddy.
I'm good.
Look, great response by the club.
Yeah.
I think it started with backing Cripper and contesting his suspension.
Yep.
And that's something that we haven't seen before or seen for a while. The club really backs against the wall. Okay, we're going to fight this. We're going to take a stand against the AFL. So I was really happy to see that and the fact that he got off as well. And I just think it set the tone for our approach to the game, even though that, we had a lot of outs. And it's a weird feeling after this game. Normally I'm devastated after a loss, but I have to say I was more devastated after the Adelaide loss, because that's where I think, if we fall over this season, that's where we can pinpoint that we fucked up. And one other good thing I'd say is, look, the last couple of games was kind of beginning to doubt Vossi, but it was really good to see him on the boundary and like engaging with the players, and he did that in the last quarter against Brisbane, and we saw that the boys responded really well. So I think that there is plenty of positives to take from this game. And look, maybe our inexperience showed through in the end. Like, Paolo was saying, Joey was saying it, the last 2 minutes, those moments, where all our defenders or our attackers, went up and contested, and no one was on the ground to get the ball, or always miss kick. Geez, that was pretty bad. But overall, I think there's a lot of positives, and if we get a chance to play Melbourne again in the finals, I reckon we'll beat them. I reckon we can correct the mistakes that we made at the end of the game, and we'll beat them. And then, as you said, like, you're feeling very positive about the Pies next week. I like that. I bloody hope we get over the line.
Not even worried. A little bit worried. That's not true. What's that? You there?
Well, I can't hear you, but It sounds like you can hear me.
I can hear you, yes.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. Make some fucking noise next week. It's our home game. The Pies fans, they're going to be booing Cripper every time he gets the ball. So, it's up to us as fans to drown them out, get the boys over the line. I think we can do it. 100%. Love the fact that Setters was in the middle and Doc also was put in the middle as well. Final thing to say.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Thanks, Dom. Jazz.
Well, here I am. I'm here.
She's back.
I'm back.
What's happening? How'd you go?
Very similar experience to everyone else. I quite literally did not speak to my dad or anyone that I went to the footy with after that final siren. We walked all the way to the car, did not speak to each other, drove all the way home, did not speak to each other. Very, very sad mood. I'm not happy. Like, I'm really not happy.
I don't think anyone is happy.
I'm very upset.
Yeah. Gallant. But we forced the D's to bring out everything that they possibly had and really push them to the brink of what they were capable of. Sucks for us now because of the way it happened, in the way that it was given, or the way that we took it and we had it and threw it away. We really threw it away. That's the truth.
Yeah. I'm just so disappointed. Like, I'm happy for them. I'm glad that they put in the effort and they actually put in the fight, considering, the last couple of weeks. That was really horrible. But I'm still upset. Like, I'm still pissed off. And I was just like, why can't you keep the footy in there for 11 more seconds, please?
I know. How do you feel going into next week?
I don't want to go. I've got tickets and I don't want to go, and I'm putting my foot down. I have been so decided I don't want to go.
You'll be there.
I don't know if I can. I genuinely don't know if I can do it. I genuinely don't know if I can do it.
You can and you will. I know that.
I don't make a difference. Me being there, me not being there doesn't make a difference. I don't think I can handle. I just don't think I can handle it, because today was already so.
Yeah. Well, suck it up. We're going to have to lick our wounds and get on with it and beat the Pies next week. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Jazz, you're a star. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. We've got a couple more. Gox.
Hey, Tez. How you doing, bro?
Good, mate. How are you?
Oh, fuck. Shattering. I was sitting up on level 4 right at the front on the wing, and just that last 3-4 minutes is constantly replaying in my head. I sat there after the siren probably for 10 minutes just replaying
that 4v1 on the wing, which happened right in front of me.
Oh.
Harry spoiling Walsh when Sard had to kick it under pressure because always couldn't hit that 10 meter kick. It's just moments, and it was back in my head when we conceded that goal in the second quarter in red time, the one Cripps turned over on the other side of the wing, and I'm like, that's going to cost us. And what did we lose by? We lost by 4 points. I think it's like we just kind of took momentum and kept going, and then Cripps turned it over, and then they just went bang bang, and Fritz I think kicked the goal, and yeah, that was disappointing. But yeah, I was fist pumping Charlie's goal so hard as well, up in the top, just giving it to Melbourne supporters, and I'm like, oh my god, is this going to happen again? And then just watching that goal sail through in the last 10 seconds, that was heartbreak.
Yeah, my voice, like the veins in my neck were popping out after the Charlie goal. I just cut sick. I let loose. I thought that was
Charlie
it.
pumping up the crowd. It's like, oh my god.
That would have been such a good game to watch if you're not a Carlton supporter. Such a good game.
Yeah.
Next
week's going to be scenes. If we make it
Yeah.
or not, well, we are going to make it. We're fucking going to beat those dogs.
Next week will be scenes. It'll be interesting because next week we won't have any Collingwood supporters in the chat because they'll be having a cry. I really look forward to it. I'm so confident next week. I really am.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be good with 95,000 hopefully. Smash the Pies, and then hopefully play them again next week in the finals.
Yeah, 100%.
Good. Thanks, Thanks so much.
Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
Wayne.
Thanks so much.
Wayne, hello.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not ready. Here he is. G'day, mate.
Terry, at last. This has been a nightmare. First of all, that is the last of a full bottle of Jack Daniels tonight watching the game.
Wow.
And I'm fine. I'm fine with it. Couple of comments that people have made that I agree with. Short kicks, we suck at them. You know, kicking down the line to contests, we suck at them. Bringing the heat, we are good at. Doc in the middle tonight, best game I've seen him play probably all year, I think. Brought so much continuity with Cripps and Walshy. Made it difficult for Melbourne to actually compete against us, I think. And I'm not a fanatic, trust me. I've only followed them for 42 years since I shifted here from New Zealand. So, you know, I've seen a few games, I've seen a few losses, and I've seen a few premierships. I think that we sometimes overestimate our abilities. We get a little ahead of ourselves. Last week, we kicked 8 goals in the final quarter. Did we kick 8 goals tonight? I think we kicked 9 for the whole match. You know,
10.
Different team, but we have the ability to kick huge scores. You know, we're going to win the Coleman 2 years in a row and possibly not make finals 2 years in a row. That's got to be something that's a bit rare, I think. I love the fact that there's so much passion, and I have a great deal of time laughing at Pom, even though I get barred from Facebook for typing his name because they think it's hate speech, which is ridiculous. But anyway, I think we will win next week. I don't think we will win big because 1 point's enough. But a draw is also enough for us to make the finals next week, which I don't think anybody's factored into. On tonight's game, we did beat Melbourne pre-season, and nobody's ever mentioned that. So we went very close to being the only team to beat them twice this year, which I think is a good sign. You know,
The Pies have done it as well.
have they beaten them twice? Well, okay, that's fine. But we're as good as the Pies, if not better. We have a belief in the whole system that after, well, I'm going to go 20 years, I've never seen before. You know, we actually believe. We don't have 90,000 members without having a belief. You know, and I love it. I truly love it. And on a different point, I love what you do. I love what Pom does. I love what Paolo does. You know, I'm part of this because I'm passionate. You can possibly just see in my background there's a blue scarf. I've got 9 of them now. I pack them up and put them away because I can't hang them around my unit. I'm looking forward to next week. And yes, there'll be another bottle of Jack Daniels sitting waiting to get drunk over the course of the night.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate, you've held it very well. I would not have guessed that you've downed a bottle tonight. But yeah.
Well, I'm 66, so I've had a bit of practice.
Okay, you're a seasoned vet.
True
Good on
that.
you, mate. Thanks so much for being patient.
Thanks, Terry. I'll be back next week.
All right, mate. Ciao. All right, I've got 3 more. Beachy.
Terry.
What are we doing, Beachy, mate? What are we doing, mate? What are they doing to us?
You ever had that feeling where you can just pinpoint that second where the heart just breaks in half, like Ralph did after Lisa just said, "I'm never going to be your boyfriend, and the only reason why you're Valentine, the only reason why gave you that Valentine card is because no one else would." Yeah, that's what happened to me tonight. And then it was also like when Snake, again from The Simpsons, used a corkscrew and took Mo Sislak's heart right from his chest. That's what happened. That's what it felt like to me tonight. It also felt like the fan, again from Melbourne, that saw his side get whooped by 100+ points, but they put in no effort and he just refused to move. That's what it felt like to me this evening, and it absolutely hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I think we were already up against it before the Chera news. The one thing I will take out of the game tonight is the way in which they applied themselves mentally. It almost didn't matter who was in and who was out. The way they applied themselves mentally to the game, you know, the execution under pressure. Well, all the great teams all talk about it. You've got to put yourself in that position over and over again, and eventually you learn. Richmond, the great Richmond dynasty, how many years did they experience matches like what we experienced tonight? I think even Geelong, before they hit their dynasty, you know, it's just part of it all. It really just is. You got to take the good with the bad, and I guess I'm not too panicked yet because there is next week, and I'm really confident about next week. You know, and you know, thank goodness that we're actually relevant again, finally, where we should be, in the hunt.
It's only taken us 10 years to be relevant again, Terry. It's only taken us 10 years, and that's the sad part for me. But look, aside from that, look, if you're a neutral, you probably enjoyed yourself probably the most out of all of us. Well, you had about 55,000 both Carlton and Melbourne supporters almost ready to overwhelm the health system with heart attacks needing ambulances on standby. That said, I was at the President's function this evening, and I was just about ready to go absolutely ballistic. You know, had their food, had their drinks, and we almost came away with 4 points. But yeah, like I said, tonight hurts with Cozzy stealing it from us. We get ready for, unfortunately, the black and white next week. And wherever you find this confidence, please, can you send it my way? Because I'm about as nervous as the next person, to be honest.
No, full confidence, mate. Full confidence.
Well, like I said, can you send that confidence my way, please? Because it's going to be very, very hard viewing if it's going to be like that again.
Yeah. Spot on. Well, Beachy, I look forward to it, mate. See you next week.
Thanks, Tez. Cheers, pal.
Robbie.
Hello.
How are ya?
when the siren went, I was like, fuck. Oh, shit, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you could swear.
I was like, oh my God. And then I realised we have Collingwood next week. We'll beat them. Simple.
Pretty simple.
No, but we played it. I was actually pretty confident we'll take it up to them, and we did. And when Terrell went out, I was like, okay, it might be bad, but Setterfield played one of his best games.
Yeah, it was really pleasing to see him play well in a role. I'm obviously matched up on Oliver. I guess he was kind of almost tagging him for the night, but he looked really strong in the contest. And lo and behold, you put him where his natural position is, and he plays better. Who would have thought, right?
I was scared they were going to put Dell in for a second because I saw him warming up. I
Yeah,
was like, oh no.
yeah.
We'll
So,
beat Collingwood next week. I just feel it.
you confident?
Yep. We'll
No,
get
you're gonna be.
Kennedy. We'll get Kennedy back.
No, we don't. He's injured. He's out for the year.
Kennedy.
Yeah. He's not playing next week.
He's 1 week away.
I don't think he is.
Oh, then we'll get Cherub back. Williams, hopefully. We'll beat them.
I love it. Where are you at the moment? You're out and about.
Oh, no, I'm getting home because the bus broke down.
Nice. Well, mate, get home safely, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. See you, Tez.
See you, mate. All right. Look who it is. He's back.
It's been too long, but at the same time, I do forgive my sins, as you would know, between us.
Yep.
I, just one of the near 90,000 members that's obviously going to a war next week against Collingwood, effectively a World War III. I'll get more into that later on, but that's basically what it will be in two parts. One, the early elimination final, which is round 23, and the second, which will be the elimination final that ends all reigns. But in saying all that, we'll talk about the game first. I was really close to not just getting a massive migraine, but a severe heart attack. I was with my best mate, Alex, in which he, kindly shouted me the ticket, considering I'll be 30+1 in 3 days. And it obviously would have been the nicest gift to just slam that door shut right in front of the Western Bulldogs supporters' faces, considering that they just got up in a thriller today. And isn't it ironic that despite having the palm of our hands of victory right there in front of us, or let alone I found some beauty at some sort of bar and club just after the game, and I felt like I got ripped so hard that even I personally am trying to recover right now with as much fluids as possible, and from this game that fuck Jesus. I don't know what to say, Terry. I mean, say something for now before I get my next point across.
No, mate. It's good to hear you speak about it. There's not much more to be said other than, I think we're all. Is satisfied the word? I think the way they went about it tonight was good. They needed to respond with their effort and their mental application, and we needed to know that they weren't just going to, give up with 2 games to go. I think we got the emotional hook of Cripps coming back into the side. I think that lifted us a little bit. I thought he was sensational tonight, by the way. But I said it earlier, mate, it's meant to be next week. It's written in the stars. It's not up to us. We don't write the book. Someone else does.
Now you kind of feel like it's the perfect AFL script in which, mind you, this state of Victoria has gone through the biggest health crisis because of you-know-who. But let's face it, we know for a damn fact that next Sunday, 90, 95,000, maybe potentially 100, it'll be the biggest health crisis in not only our lifetime, but for the rest of the years for whatever else is yet to come, because the amount of defibrillators, paramedics are all lined up. Let's not sugarcoat it, people. This is as big as any Carlton Collingwood game in the history of the game in its inception. A chance to even the ledger head to head, but most importantly, get ourselves to where we've been from every round of this season and to remain there, not to let this slip away.
Yeah, that's mate. That's a very, very good comment. I think that's a good way to end for the evening. It's
I'll just be very quick on a couple more things. I mean,
please be quick. I'm done.
All right. But this is the biggest message to my good old former graduate, who's obviously been the man himself of Collingwood, Swoop Luke Caruana, and to all you Collingwood supporters. From the old famous word of the Goldberg himself, Maloney, Collingwood, you're not only just next, you're dead, Gonski, and we're going to take you to hell. If that means we have to suffer, we will take you with us and bring on World War III, Part 1 and 2. We will be there. You won't make it out alive next week. I'm telling you, the most unhinged Carlton of all time will be raging into your souls. We're taking your souls next week. Go the fucking Blues.
Love it, mate. Love it. I love the passion. I really do. Well, that sucked. That's what that did. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Thanks to everybody that joined us, whether you're a Carlton supporter or not. Appreciate it. Really do. I love this. I love being a part of it. One more round to go before hopefully a finals berth. I have a lot of belief in this group. I have a lot of belief in the boys, and I think they'll be up for it next week. I know they'll be up for it next week. I'm so excited. It's really good to be at this point in the year with destiny in our hands and in total control of what happens. If we don't make it through, it's 100% our fault. If we do make it through, it's 100% our fault. And that's the beautiful situation that we find ourselves in. So yeah, this one will hurt. It's supposed to hurt. That's why we love the game. We wanted it so bad. Stick fat. See you tomorrow. I'll get the review and the play ratings done tomorrow. I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight, and we'll chat about it later on. Go the Mighty Blues.